Good morning, Kenya gets to continue. My name is Vivian Degwa. Thank you for staying with us. Now let's get into this conversation. We are talking about femicide, and we're just trying to raise awareness against femicide. And joining me for this conversation will be three amazing ladies. So far, we have one of them already in studio. The rest are on their way. And with me is Cynthia Odongo. Cynthia Odongo is an advocate of the High Court of Kenya. Cynthia, welcome to the program.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you on the show.
Yes.
Specifically to talk about this matter. I know that right now there is a petition that is going on, of signing of the petition that is, on making femicide a legally recognized, let me scratch that, making femicide a legally recognized distinct crime in Kenya on its own. There's that is happening.
Yes.
We're going to be getting into that. There's the red lipstick campaign that that's the exact campaign, right?
Yes, it is.
Let's talk about, first of all, femicide.
Yes.
You know, just what exactly is femicide?
Well, femicide can be understood as a crime or a homicide that is perpetrated against females because of their gender. That is because they are female. And with that, we are trying to bring out the intricate points, or you know, how that crime is committed in such a manner that it would be distinct from any other homicide that is provided under the penal code, under the Kenyan law. Yes.
So currently, as we're speaking, under what law is femicide at the moment?
Right now, femicide is not a distinct crime in Kenya.
Okay.
What is provided for is murder and manslaughter, which we call homicide. Any killing against a fellow human being would be termed as homicide. So that is under the penal code, under section 202 and 203 of the penal code.
Yeah.
Yes, so it is illegal to kill someone, but for us and under the Red Lipstick campaign, we are saying that it is illegal to kill a woman or a girl just because she is female. Yes.
So maybe if we can just look at the statistics, if you may be having the numbers, what is the statistics at the moment, you know, matters femicide?
Right now, a woman or a girl is killed every 18 hours in Kenya.
Every 18 hours?
Every 18 hours, we have a death that is reported, and that is only what we know as having been reported. There's so many killings that are going on that are probably not classified, or people don't think would be femicide. Or they don't see the need to report it. So unfortunately, we are having deaths every 18 hours.
That's crazy.
Yes, it is.
That's crazy. That's like a woman is dying every single day?
Every single day we have a woman or a girl dying.
Simply because of their gender?
Yes.
You know, one would I'm just trying to, I want us to understand this because the awareness is really, really needed, right?
Yeah.
So one would argue, what do you mean a woman is killed simply because they are a woman?
By this, I would start by looking at gender-based violence. When you take that angle, you find that when these crimes are perpetrated, the perpetrators of these crimes end up raping and severely maiming these women and children. We saw quite a number of killings, I think 1 or 2 years back, where in Roysambu, where someone would be cutting someone's breasts off, and in that process still be raped, still be sodomized, and that is what we are saying. There's a sexual component to it. I don't know whether the perpetrators would get some sexual gratification out of it, out of killing a woman in that manner. But that we leave to the psychologists to ponder upon. But for us, it is that type of animosity in these crimes that we find basically just a level of deviance that we are not able to pinpoint and say someone should be punished for this, and in a sense be a deterrent to anyone else who would like to, who would wish to commit such a crime.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, even, you know, just from the statistics that you've given us, that a woman is killed every 18 hours. So every single day, a woman is killed, you know. And even from the stories that we've had being reported, it's crazy, you know, the number of bodies that are usually found, you know, of women who've just been killed. I mean, it's no hidden secret. It's quite out here that yes, these things are happening as we are able to see them being reported every now and then. Yes. Is the justice system failing us?
In my opinion, I feel that it is, because why wouldn't we prosecute such crimes within the shortest time period? Why wouldn't we take it with the seriousness that it deserves? We need to ensure that these perpetrators are punished to the fullest extent of the law. We need to have a deterrent. We need to have proper investigations. If this law is actually passed, we would ask the investigative services to take as an extra step and go an extra mile to ensure that each component of this crime is proved. Not just killing, you can kill anyone, but those intricate details of that crime should be able to be proved and prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. And unfortunately, we see even children going through this such animosity.
Yeah, there's a story I actually had just recently of a father who raped and killed a 3-day-old girl, baby. So it's insane. Some of these stories are just insane, honestly.
Some societal breakdown is going on in Kenya that we do not quite fully understand. And unfortunately, so many people think that with this campaign, we are kind of being biased because we are advocating for women and women's rights. But unfortunately, we need everyone's support in this, which we are not getting. We need everyone to be vocal about it. We need everyone to be talking about it. Go and sign the petition. We need a steadfast type of movement whereby we are going to take all the necessary steps to ensure that this law is drafted properly, to ensure that it covers all possible angles that it could possibly cover, in order to ensure that no one gets away with it. It is not just murder. It is killing a woman, a little girl, as you said, 3-4 days.
3 days old. What do you mean?
What would motivate a human being, someone who has matured, to see a small girl as an object? You know, with that, I even come to the point of power plays in our normal day lives. There's a lot of power play. There's a lot of the separation between, you know, a man and a woman in terms of strength, that dominance, that sense of dominance. You have against a woman, you would, I would say that that plays a big part in this, because there is no day for you you'd wake up and have a morning run at 5 a.m. Without looking behind your back. There's no way you'd sit or probably pass by a group of men without having that sense of, you know, I need to be protected. I'm fearful for what might happen. I'm fearful for my life. And we really need to address these issues, be it from a policy standpoint, be it from a regulatory framework standpoint, or a legal standpoint.
All right, I hear you on that. And right now we get to take a break, but don't you go too far. We'll be back to continue with this conversation so that we get to understand what exactly this campaign is all about. That is the Red Lipstick campaign. Don't go too far. And we are back now. Cynthia, I would love for you to now just let us in onto the Red Lipstick campaign. What exactly is it? You know, what exactly inspired this particular campaign, and what are we looking at in the long run?
The Red Lipstick campaign basically talks about femicide, this crime that is being committed against women, standing up for rights. And sorry, I'm saying women, but it is women and girls. And it basically, why it was called the Red Lipstick campaign is because, you know, red lipstick was symbolic, you know, a symbol of power, a symbol of togetherness. And with that, we are calling upon each and every person, not just women, but men as well. We have quite a number of men who have been fighting for this campaign, helping spread the word against femicide. And I think we are moving quite well. Right now, we are at 88,000 signatures so
How many do we need?
We need 100,000.
100,000.
Yes, we need 100,000 by next week, actually.
Oh.
So it's once you go to Usikimia's social platforms, you'd get the link to that petition and be able to sign and support us in this fight against femicide in Kenya.
Yeah. We should really get onto that, you know, just to get to support it, because the numbers are harrowing, you know. And what does the success of this campaign look like?
The success of this campaign would look like having this law or this bill tabled before Parliament. We'd have a bill being tabled before Parliament and being debated to the extent of it having an assent from the President of Kenya. And once that happens, we would also see it as a success in terms of investigation, whereby these cases are investigated within the shortest time possible, prosecuted, and justice served to the victims' families. Yes.
The time frame is really important in
Time
just,
frame,
you
yes.
know, making sure the perpetrators are brought to book, because unfortunately, most of the people who have committed these crimes are still out here, you know, scot-free,
Yes.
simply because the court case is still ongoing.
Yeah.
It's still ongoing, you know, 2 years later, 3 years later.
Yeah.
It's yeah.
And yes, someone has a right to bail. That is a right under the Constitution.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, you'd find the duration of these cases would make, basically, justice is delayed. You do not get, the victims' families do not get that reprieve to see that this person is no longer roaming around in society, because who is to say that, yes, who is to say that he won't kill you, he won't kill a small girl from school. And unfortunately, these crimes are not just being perpetrated by strangers. You find family members being prosecuted for these crimes, and your own father, your uncle,
Unfortunately, yeah.
yes, your brother, is the one who is committing this crime against you, perpetually raping and defiling small children. Your school teachers as well. You trust that when you leave your child in school, she is safe.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, she's not.
Yeah.
We need to recognize that. We need to call everyone out. We need to speak out. We need to be vocal. And unfortunately, in my experience, I have found or I have seen that families do encourage these perpetrators of femicide, perpetrators of sexual-based, gender-based violence.
How do they encourage?
They encourage by covering up.
Yeah.
I know of a case, and this happened when I was at judicial attachment, where a woman coached her daughter on how to answer the prosecutor's questions in court, so that the husband would not be implicated in her defilement.
Wow.
And unfortunately, this happens a lot, even within our communities. You have people sitting in what they call baraza la wazee, and they purportedly solve these issues. They let the man go scot-free. The man continues to live with the daughters, defiles them, kills them in the end. And it is unfortunate that even your own biological mother would not stand up for you. In the case that I'm talking about, the lady said, who is going to be buying the food? He's the one who pays the rent. He's the one who supports the family. So if he goes to jail, she would rather have her children defiled. She would rather have incestuous daughters. I don't even know what to call such a relationship, because it's getting out of hand.
It is.
It is getting out of hand.
What is standing, you know, in the way of reform?
Our society is breaking down. There's a societal breakdown in ways that unfortunately are taken as so casual, you know. These crimes are taken so casually, to the point or to the extent where we have normalized it. I mean, I've had people, when they found out I was doing this campaign, I've had people asking me, I mean, aren't men killed? Don't boys go through this? And I tell them no. And you know, the Constitution protects us as women, under Article 21, women are classed as a vulnerable group. And under Article 27, the government is supposed to ensure that these vulnerable groups are taken care of, be it by way of policy or regulatory frameworks or legal frameworks. And we do not get to address these issues because the society encourages it.
Yeah, and speaking about the society encouraging it, this brings me to victim shaming, which is very rampant. You know, even just a scroll on social media on a story that has been reported on a lady who has been raped or killed or something, or they went to an Airbnb and has been killed. You just look at the comments and you are mortified. That's the word. Because sometimes you see someone, you know, victim shaming the person who's been abused, you know, what was she wearing? Why was she out at night? Why did she agree to go to that Airbnb? And so on and so forth. But I'm trying to look at the scenario of even was she 67 or 69-year-old lady who was
67.
killed just the other day? Sodomized, raped and killed while she was going to the market. So nothing really justifies. You can't say what was she wearing, what was she doing out at night. The 3-year-old baby who was raped by the father. How do you look at a 3-year-old and say, oh, she's attractive or what? I mean,
no. Honestly, there's no justification for killing any human being. Any human being, and for someone to say she was dressed provocatively, that is what led me to kill her or rape and kill her. It does not hold water in any court of law anyway. It would not. Yes, and
so victim shaming is really encouraging this.
Victim shaming has really, and it has stemmed from our workplaces. When you go and report these sexual offenses or sexual assault, it is you that is taken to be the animal or the wrongdoer. And it is quite unfortunate that even at our police stations, they would not take this seriously. They would victimize these victims. Victim shaming is quite rampant, and once these crimes are reported, unfortunately, you find that beyond recording that OB or statement, it goes nowhere. It goes nowhere. So most people actually prefer keeping quiet about it, and they say life moves on. And unfortunately, we should not be speaking in that manner. We should not be encouraging such deviance within our society. Because if we are to continue perpetrating these crimes, it's going to get out of hand. And we would like, through this campaign, for us to get to the point where Mexico has reached. Although not successfully, it has been able to criminalize femicide as a separate crime. Countries like Costa Rica have been able to significantly reduce that the number of femicides that have been going on, and it's basically by how that law is worded. That law within that country is worded in such a way that it included all relationships that would come in between, you know, a woman and a man, not just a romantic relationship. You can be killed by your boss, you can be killed by a friend, can be. So every case should be taken or considered separately.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. We need to wind up.
Yeah.
So what role do we all have to play in making sure that we are shifting this insane narrative?
First, I would say speak out.
Yeah.
It starts as a minor, someone just brushing against you in the matatu, groping you, and some things, be vocal about it. If, for example, your child comes to you and tells you, my husband is abusing me, he's been beating me, don't send her away. Don't tell her.
Siseme mwanamke ni kuvumilia
Yeah,
ndoa
ni
yake.
kuvumilia, yes. Ndoa ni kuvumilia.
Yeah.
No, it does not work that way, because one day that child will come back in a coffin. And as a society, I believe we should encourage each other in coming out and speaking about these crimes. We should also ensure that we report these crimes. Let investigations take their course, prosecution to sentencing, and just be your brother's keeper. As a man, go in those WhatsApp groups you have, instead of planning road trips every single day. Talk about these things. Do not encourage your fellow, hiyo ndio kuwa ndume. No.
Yeah.
Discourage such behavior.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. We need to sign the petition. So
Yes.
I would allow you to get us on that. You've said we only have a week to go.
We only have a week to go.
Yeah, and we need 100,000
we need 100,000 signatures. Yes.
That's your
So-
camera. That's your camera? This is your camera.
Okay.
Just, talk to people to sign that petition.
So for the Red Lipstick campaign, please visit Usikimia's website, usikimia.org. You can also visit them on their socials, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. The link, click on the link, sign the petition, and help us make femicide a distinct crime in Kenya.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us, and thank you for the good work that you're doing. I hope that we get to reach the number that is needed so that we take this thing to the next level and get to reduce these numbers.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
This is where we end this particular conversation, but Good Morning Kenya gets to continue. Do not go too far. I'll be coming back with a family check. See you in a bit.
Once they're here.